I wanted to know what the origin of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was. And it was funny because then a shout out, by the way, to Joy. So my cousins were talking about this, posted this on Facebook, and I found this, and I was like, we have to talk about this. So I copy pasted it to you. I know you did a little bit of additional research too. Research. We're gonna go back into Sean Connery celebrating Christmas on Shanna's mother's lap again.
Show slightly.
That's right, just a little bit. But anyway, I've only read a little bit of it, and it is so cool. So, Captain, take it away.
Yeah, the additional research I did was just to compare this what you got off your friend's Facebook page to other websites that have the same, and they all pretty much say the same thing. So,
good.
But I don't know exactly what the source for this was. So forgive us.
No, that one is a difficult one. I was even trying to find that for you too, and it.
I didn't see it in any of the links that I was looking for. So, as the holiday season of 1938 came to Chicago, Bob May wasn't feeling much comfort or joy. A 34-year-old ad writer from Montgomery Ward, May was exhausted and nearly broke. His wife, Evelyn, was bedridden on the losing end of a 2-year battle with cancer. This left Bob to look after their 4-year-old daughter, Barbara. One night, Barbara asked her father, "Why isn't my mommy like everyone else's mommy?" As he struggled to answer his daughter's question, Bob remembered the pain of his own childhood. A small, sickly boy, he was constantly picked on and called names. But he wanted to give his daughter hope and show her that being different was nothing to be ashamed of. More than that, he wanted her to know that he loved her and would always take care of her. So he began to spin a tale about a reindeer with a bright red nose who found a special place on Santa's team. Wow, how clever.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Barbara loved the story so much that she made her father tell it every night before bedtime. As he did, it grew more elaborate. Because he couldn't afford to buy his daughter a gift for Christmas, Bob decided to turn the story into a homemade picture book.
Wow. Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. So in early December, Bob's wife died. Now, though he was heartbroken, he kept working on the book for his daughter. A few days before Christmas, he reluctantly attended a company party at Montgomery Ward. His coworkers encouraged him to share the story he'd written. After he read it, there was a standing ovation. Everyone wanted copies of their own, so Montgomery Ward bought the rights to the book from their debt-ridden employee, and over the next 6 years at Christmas, they gave away 6 million copies of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to shoppers. They just gave them away.
Yeah.
Every major publishing house in the country was making offers to obtain the book. In an incredible display of goodwill, the head of the department store returned all rights to Bob May.
Wow. That would never happen today.
Yeah, maybe, but that was incredibly wonderful. Now, 4 years, altruistic. 4 years later, Rudolph had made him into a millionaire. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's cool.
Now, and certainly earned it. Now remarried and with a growing family, May felt blessed by his good fortune, but there was more to come. His brother-in-law, a successful songwriter named Johnny Marks, set the uplifting story to music. That was his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
The song was pitched to artists from Bing Crosby on down. They all passed. Finally, Marks approached Gene Autry. The cowboy star had scored a holiday hit with "Here Comes Santa Claus" a few years before. Like the others, Autry wasn't impressed with the song about the misfit. Wasn't impressed with the song about the misfit reindeer. Interesting. Marks begged him to give it a second listen. Autry played it for his wife, Ina. She was so touched by the line, they wouldn't let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer games, that she insisted her husband record the tune. Now, within a few years, it had become the second best-selling Christmas song ever, right behind White Christmas. Since then, Rudolph has come to life on TV specials, cartoons, movies, toys, games, coloring books, lots of coloring books, greeting cards, and even a Ringling Brothers circus act. I didn't know that. Now, the little red-nosed reindeer, dreamed up by Bob May and immortalized in song by Johnny Marks, has come to symbolize Christmas as much as Santa Claus, evergreen trees, and presents. As the last line of the song says, he'll go down in history. There you go.
What a story. That's so neat.
Yeah. I heard, and I didn't have a chance to research this, but I heard that only female reindeer, as in a female caribou, only the female caribou retain their horns past November. All the male reindeer lose their horns in November, and then they grow them back in the spring. But the females keep their horns. So if that's true, then technically all of Santa's reindeer, including Rudolph, are female.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? Somewhere, the Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, yeah.
There
Yeah.
are, I think, 2 lines where Kurt Russell, as Santa, as he's flying, says, good job, ladies, or come on, ladies. He's saying that to the reindeer. So interesting, because that actually
maybe they
would
figured
kind of
that
make
out.
sense, or they grow them, they lose them in the spring, right? Or no, they grow them in the spring and lose them in the fall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they would be.
They lose them in
without-
November before Christmas.
You're right. Yeah. So they
yeah.
have a bunch of bald reindeer flying around.
It's the
at Christmas.
details. It's the details.
You're right. Isn't that fascinating? So there you go. They're all female reindeer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rudolph the female reindeer.
Yeah, well, that definitely is not the case in the book. So maybe he just has, or because it's the North Pole, it's just magical reindeer that never lose their horns,
They just never lose their horns, right?
Yeah. It's like
the
angel dust that gets sprinkled all over them for Santa Claus. And
cocaine reindeer.
That's the next one, dude. Oh my gosh, somebody needs to do that now. Cocaine reindeer. Cocaine.
Make
Rudolph.
it a sequel to Cocaine Bear. Yeah. Make it Cocaine
Just
Reindeer, and it's a Christmas movie that'll come out in 2027, I think. Yeah.
Well, what it should be is Cocaine Bear, and then Cocaine Reindeer is the sequel, but it's also kind of a sequel with Violent Night, so that it's like they all come together, and now all of a sudden it's like a trilogy, kind of like Unbreakable, and then Split and all that became. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It's the Shyamalan stories.
Shyamalan.